Ihlas, sincerity is sincerity. Sincerity is sincerity. For example, person is not having two faces and he's sincerely saying to you, but he's cursing at you. He's not being passive aggressive, you know. Something wrong? No, nothing wrong. I'm fine. You know, like that. But something happened, they say this happened. Why you did that? That's one level of sincerity. Telling the truth. Right? How you like my cooking? It's too salty. Telling the truth. There's one level. But there are many levels to that. And it has to fit according to the person, according to the situation. Don't eat candy now. Beo, you eating candy? No? Keep that. It is according to the person, according to situation, according to scenario, according to many things. Now you have to try to fix it. You have to try to balance it. How are you going to learn this? Let's just take one part of sincerity, acting honestly. How do you act honestly? Right? Where are we going to learn this? We're going to learn from our Shaykh. And that's why it is very important to observe the Shaykh. As much as you're observing yourself, you must observe him too. I spent years just observing him. Different situations, how he handles things. Different situations, what he speaks to this person like this. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for that? I keep getting very busy with that. So I know, okay, this kind of a person, he's using these kinds of words. This kind of a person, he uses this kind of words. That one, that station. This one is this station. You must treat everyone according to the station, not everyone the same way too. Yes? Then, you see the Shaykh is doing all of that. You have to see now which one I can carry. Which one is for me. The Shaykh does so many things, you cannot say, I want to do everything. That's greediness also. Or not being realistic. There's so many hadiths, so many sunnats, no? But we're not jumping into it. That's why in tariqat they say you don't even open an ayat of the Quran, meaning you don't even talk about that ayat, or you don't talk about that hadith if the Shaykh is not opening it. If the Shaykh is not speaking, don't speak. You may be a scholar who knows so much, but you're following the Shaykh is not opening it, it's not time for you yet. You cannot carry it. If you carry it, it will get too heavy and then you're going to get tired, you're going to just throw it aside. Same thing with Quran, same thing with Hadith, same thing with zikr, same thing with your worships that you want to do without permission. Then it becomes just very heavy, and these are holy things. Once you start treating them like that, casually like that, one day you like, one day you don't like, it has an impact, it has an influence on you. It will affect you negatively. So now we see Shaykh Efendi. This one, he's close, he's like this. When he's upset, he's like this. When he's cool, he's like this. This one, he's not so close like this. This one is a high official. This one is someone else. So we see, now these are different. This is the complicated part about it. Yes? This is the complicated part. How do you apply it? When do you apply it? You have the Shaykh there. This is a perfect opportunity for you to learn. Because all these things, you can only read in books, but you cannot practice it. These days you cannot even read these in books. We just say, be sincere. But how do you open that? How do you process it? How do you break it down? How do you break it down in this time, in this century, in New York City, in London? You have your Shaykh there. He is the one who is balancing everything and going according to the time, according to the place with that wisdom. So now I'm looking at Shaykh Efendi and I'm observing, and I'm asking myself, I don't ask him. Because it's, why I don't ask him? Number one, I don't like to bother him. I'm just raised like that. They say, why you ask so many questions? You stupid? You don't know, you can't figure it out yourself? Complete opposite of American system, where you have to ask. The more you ask, the more people say you're very smart. For us, the more you figure things out, this is very Eastern Asian way. The more you figure things out, the smarter you are. So I like to try to figure it out. Ah, okay. It's doing it like this. Ah, okay. And observing that, then I know how to do it. Then I know, okay, when he is being very jalal, that's not anger. Especially if he's directing it to this person and this person. This person is just making a joke. This person is just making a teaching. This person, he loves this person, but he's trying to correct it. This person, he's very angry at this person, but he doesn't show nothing to him. Nothing. But we know the Shaykh is very angry. That's dangerous. So now sincerity. Honesty. Right? Yeah. That's why they say religion is, marriage is half of your religion. They're saying also, especially in the West, don't be honest to your wives. Huh? They're saying, right? They say, how do I look? Just say you look very nice. Don't say you look fat. Oh, they get very upset. Or this, or that. So you know now, it's not just honesty. Now that level of let's say, honesty, that level of honesty, it has to fit. You cannot be irresponsible to say, I speak the truth, and I'm going to say it as it is. What if it hurts people? Is there another way of you saying it? Do you know that if you say it, it is not needed at this time, it will cause damage? Maybe you say it in another way. Maybe you say it in another time. So this is the difficulty that you have to, this is the subtlety. This is the manners. This is adab. Now once you learn that, and you see Shaykh Efendi is filled with adab, because he knows now how to navigate, he can speak to little kids and be at that level of adab. He can speak to old people, he can speak to different nationalities of people, he can speak to educated ones, not as shepherd, the sultan. You see him doing it with ease, and you're sitting there and you're like, how is this person even human? But you learn. You say, we can never do that. I'm saying we can never do that. But when the time comes, you have to do it, because you are recording everything. You are taking everything. When the time comes, we have to do it. So, a person who examines himself and asks himself a lot of questions. Himself, what he did, why he did it, good and bad. The person is trying to be sincere, trying to find the root cause of it. He's not taking any BS. He's not using too many words, any excuses. Once you become a bit more sincere to yourself, you will see sincerity in other people too, and when they become insincere. Your mood is off, you're so angry today. Why? Really, when you look at it, you're just hungry. You're just hungry. Then to know, okay, it's nothing to do with it. It's not that person or somebody pissed me off or this or that. No. I'm just in this situation. Or I didn't get enough sleep. Or some memory came back. Or I'm just being stupid. You don't give yourself any excuse. You understand? This you do only to yourself with your Lord. You don't have to show nothing to no one. So when you are more sincere that way, then you'll start attracting people who are also sincere. Because you naturally want to move away from people who have too much BS. They may look like the most nice people, the most kindest people, the sweetest people, but it doesn't sit well with you. because their heart is not there. They're hiding so many things. You may mix around with people who are more simple than you. You think you're so high or whatever, but they're more simple, but there's more satisfaction. You feel more peace in your heart. This is what we want, no? There's no stress. Oh, if you disagree, you disagree. And then later you agree. So, you don't hide. This is what it means. You don't hide from yourself. You look, I did this wrong today. Why I did it? Why I should do it? Why I did it to that person? What happened before? What made me to change? What were the words that were spoken? What was my mood? What did I take? Maybe I ate something, or maybe I drank something, or maybe I smoked something that's causing me to become like this or like that. Then you say, oh, it's because of that. Why this bad thing happened to me? Something bad happened to me. Why this person is yelling at me? Why this person is cursing at me? Why this? Then try to remember, what did you do? What big wrong did you do? What wrong? Oh, I did that yesterday. Then be quiet. Have some shame, okay? I admit. Even if that person is wrong and you are right, you take that and you say, Allah is trying to teach me a lesson. If this is punishment, it is a very small punishment for the big wrong that I've done. So you don't hide. You become very open, very honest to yourself. You know what you're feeling, why you are, what motivates you. When you're busy doing this, you are not trying to be, you're not trying for sincerity. Yeah? You're not trying to be a good person. You are just someone who's trying to be real, not to have any bullshit. Because even if you did something and you try to cover it up, you know it is wrong, you feel uncomfortable with it. You don't need for someone to tell you did something wrong. You feel very uncomfortable until you do something to get yourself out from that. You understand? So, self-awareness. You have to be aware. You have to be aware of yourself. Watch yourself. Why am I like this with this person? Why am I like this with this person? Why am I so angry like this? Why am I feeling like this with this one? Don't just blame the other person. Don't put blame on the other person at all. First, try to fix it with you. Inshallah, the believer is a mirror for another believer. The believer is a mirror for another believer. We are here in a house of 1,000 mirrors, always trying to, how am I, how am I, how am I? Not your hair, not your beard, not your how you look, but your heart. I'm like this to this one. Why do I feel so much anger with this one? Why I like this one? Why I don't like this one? Why I hate this one? You're always checking. So there's a mirror that you're checking. My heart is like this. Why is it like this? Why am I backbiting? Why am I talking bad against someone? Why do I have? You're checking yourself all the time. Through other people. Like what the khutbah is saying. You know all of this. How are you going to apply if it's not in a jamaat? You cannot do it. This is what is making this tariqat also very special. This tariqat is based on jamaat. Because with the sohbat, it's only in a jamaat. Then you can put that sohbat into practice in a jamaat. Okay, maybe this is too much. I cannot do it today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next year. But still, that is the standard that you have. You cannot give excuses. Don't give excuses to say, especially, You pray for me, everything will open. It is up to you. This kind of thing makes Shaykh Efendi very upset, and I'm not happy with it. They play these word games, these Sufi word games, saying, why are you doing that? You know. Didn't I tell you not to do this? This is wrong that you did. You pray for me, I will change. You understand? These are games. And especially wrong tariqat. This is saying everything is on you now. You're adults, everything is on you. It's not on the shaykh that he's going to just change like that. If you are sincere, you're really trying, you take a step, definitely they come flying to you. But that's according to how much sincerity you have. You're fighting against it. Don't just sit back and say, well, I'm here, help me. Okay? Inshallah. It doesn't really answer your question, but I'm taking it to another route. In some ways it answers. It's okay. So, the hypocrite is not aware of himself. And he does things only to please himself. The sincere one is very aware of himself and very aware that Allah is looking at him. And is able to see through his words and his actions to his real feelings and thoughts and emotions and intentions. Understand? So, but the sincere person is not angry or upset or unhappy. He is always happy with his Lord. May Allah make us to become happy servants, inshallah. Al-Fatiha.